Welcome to this another session of Harbour Engineering. As we are continuing with chapter number 4. So now we will focus or we will discuss the next harbour component in detail. So let's begin this new session. So the next component which we are going to study in detail is wharf. Now basically we are aware about the purpose or function of wharf, and we are also aware regarding its alignment or direction. So this is an image for wharf. As we can see, it is parallel to the shore, and here mooring accessories are provided. Mooring means to tie up. So the accessories which are provided for the tying up of ship are the mooring accessories, and basically here we can see various sort of installations are there for the loading and unloading operation to be carried out. So this is the real image for wharf. Again, this is an image for wharf where we can see girders are provided for handling the heavyweight cargo or commodity. This is again a platform which is parallel to the shore, and as we can see here, single side berthing of ship can be done. So on this one side, that is the single side ship of berthing of ships can be done in wharf. This is an image which we have already seen in chapter number 2. So as we can see that it is parallel to the shore. This is the shore line. Wharf is parallel to the shore. The berthing of ship can be done in single direction, that is one direction, and it is in adjacent to the transit shed, which is the storage facility where the cargo which is unloaded can be directly transferred. Next, just the features of wharf in short. First of all, it is a platform at which the vessels can take and discharge the cargo, that is the loading and unloading operation as discussed. The platform is built parallel to the shore, as we can see. It should give sufficient depth of water for ship to flow, that is the minimum navigable depth, or the adequate navigable depth should be maintained in this portion. Next up in wharf are the types of wharves. So basically there are two types of wharves. First is the open construction wharf, and second is the solid type wharf. So first of all, let us see the open construction wharf. Basically, as the word used are open construction, so here there will be sort of gap or space amongst the components which have been used for constructing the wharf. So as the word open construction has been used, there will be existence of some gap or space. Wharf of open construction have their decks supported by piles or cylinders. Deck is basically the platform on which the movement will take place, that is the movement of cargo or commodity, and it is supported by piles or cylinder. The meaning of it is that beneath the platform, piles or cylinders will exist which will transfer the load from this platform to the seabed. So deck is a platform on which the movement will take place, and beneath it are the piles or cylinders which will transfer the load from platform to the sea bed. And basically the piles or cylinders are constructed of either timber or RCC or both. Next, this is the image for an open construction wharf, that is the timber wharf. So let's go through the labels. First of all, as the word is open construction, so here is we can see that these are the piles or it can be cylinders which will be transferring the load from this deck or platform to the sea bed. And as the gap is existing between these piles which are in succession, so the word used is open construction. There is no solid construction here, so it is the justification of the name. At the bottom is the dredge level. Dredging means the removal of excessive sediments or soil deposits. So dredge level is basically it is a level which is existing after the dredging operation has been carried out. So the level which has to be maintained for maintaining the navigable depth. Fenders, now basically the purpose of fender is to make sure that there is no damage to ship or the platform. Now the fenders can be of two types, that is rubber fender or wooden fender, but basically its function is the shock absorption. So whenever the ship which is to be unloaded, as we know, it has to be given accommodation first. So first of all the ship will enter, it will be given the berthing or space or accommodation. Then it will be tied up, that is anchorage will be provided to the ship. Anchorage means to tie up the ship. So here this is the structure which is above the platform. It is bollards, that is which is specifically used for tying up of ship. So after giving the space, anchorage is done, that is the ship is tied up with these bollards, and after the ship being tied up, there are chances that after tying up the ship, due to the movement of wind or waves, the ship will move towards the platform. That is, as we know, the direction of wind and waves are not fixed. So when the ship will move towards the platform, if there is no fender existing, then it will cause damage to the ship as well as to the platform. So fenders are provided so as to absorb the shock energy and to make sure that there is no damage to the ship as well as the existing platform. And MSL is the mean sea level. And lastly, here basically the level of sea bed has been shown. That is the level of existing sea bed at the bottom, and this is the water level. Next, this is the view for the open type construction. That is, as we can see here, the piles or cylinders are existing, and as there is gap existing between them, it is the open type construction. So basically, this is the open type wharf. Now, next in open type wharf, there is the relieving platform type wharf. So the first was the timber wharf, and now this is the relieving platform type wharf. If we go through the labels, again at the bottom is the dredged bottom, that is after conducting the dredging operation, the existing level of the sea bed. H-shaped steel piles are used here. So here in the first figure, timber was used, here the steel piles are used. So this is the H-shaped steel piles. Steel sheeting indicates basically sort of, we can say, a casing is done of the steel piles. So that sort of casing is the steel sheeting. Casing means sort of a covering. Concrete portion has been shown in the top part, that is as a measure of protection work. At top are the bollards, that is the mooring accessories, in which I previously told, that is the point where the ship will be tied up. That is, the thread of the ship will be tied up with the bollards. Paved apron is the top portion, that is, we can say, the deck or platform on which the movement will be done. But paving here is done so as to increase the stability. So if more load has to be transferred, then paving can be done to increase the stability. Fill is sort of the filling operation has been done if there is here an existing empty space. So the filling of soil is done, above which the apron is being constructed. And lastly, the water level has been shown. So in the open construction wharf, basically we have seen timber, and now here this is the steel piles for the protection of which sheeting is done. Also in the top layer, the concrete protection has been done. Next in wharf is the rock filled solid type wharf. Now up till now we have seen two types which were both of open type. Now this is the solid type wharf. So here there is a solid structure, that is, there is no existence of a gap between successive structures which are transferring the load from platform to the bottom. So this is a solid construction. Let's see the labels. Mooring post, that is bollards which we have seen. Paved apron we have seen, that is for increasing a sort of stability and on which the movement will take place. Concrete retaining wall, that is basically instead of apron, sometimes here CC, that is concrete, can be used as well, but basically in most situation only paving is done. It is a rare case in which use of concrete is being made in construction, because that will increase the load. High water, that is here the water level, existing water level has been shown, HWL, high water level. Now here, as about the rock filled solid type wharf is there. The reason for it is that first of all there is a sheet pile cell, that is, this is sort of a cylindrical structure in which the filling has been done, that is, granules have been filled or small sized rocks have been filled. So that is the reason why the word rock filled has been used. Repeating again, this is a sort of cylindrical sheet pile cell, and inside this pile cell, inside this cylindrical structure, sort of the granules or small size rocks have been placed, and that is the reason for the name dredging we have seen. Sand fill is sort of the filling which is existing in this region. So here, instead of constructing the piles or cylinders one by one, this is sort of a solid construction, and in which the stability is more. Why? Because here the rocks have been used as a filler, and inside the huge cylinders, sort of a sheets with large dimensions, the rocks have been placed in those sheets. So continuing with the solid type bark, composed of earth or rock fill, that is, as we have seen that in the sheet or the sort of huge cylindrical structure of large dimension, filling is been done, that is rocks or the granules have been placed. Bottom should be suitable for support of gravity type of structure. So here, as we can see that the sea bed will be ultimately taking the load, so it should be capable of bearing the load of this sort of the granule fill, the structure which will be constructed. The bottom should be suitable for supporting that structure. If the bearing capacity is less, then that might create an issue, and we might have to move towards the other type of construction. Resist overturning or sliding at the base. So this fill structure, granule fill structure, will resist the turning or sliding in the base, because its ultimately stability is high. So it will make sure that there is no sort of overturning or sliding failure taking place of the valve. So this is basically an image for the solid type construction of valve, that is in which the granule filling is existing in the bottom instead of piles or cylinders. Next are the quay walls. We have seen the similarity and difference between wharf and quay. So talking about quay, basically the similarity between wharf and quay is that both are parallel to the shore and both provide berthing on single side, while the difference is that in quay there is a earth retaining structure. So loading unloading platform which is built parallel to the shore, its function to retain and protect the embankment or filling on the landward side. So there will be basically a retaining wall being constructed which will retain the earth at different level than the level of water. So the wall will be separating the soil and water in different levels. To provide berthing on the sea side, that is only on one side berthing is provided as it is parallel to the shore. Next, if we talk about quay walls or quay, this is the image. So as we can see, on top is the paved platform. Paving is being done as a measure of increasing stability, on which the movement of cargo or commodity and the load which will be moving on. This is the water level which has been shown. On one side is water, on another side is fill or earth. So here, as we can see clearly, that water is at different level and the earth is at different level. The earth is at higher level than that of water. So basically, as both are existing on different levels, the quay wall is being constructed. Concrete structure is constructed which will separate water and earth on different levels.